Hello there, I'm Top Gun, and you are watching Top Gun. Today we are going to be discussing the hit 1980s film Top Gun, starring Top Gun and Top Gun. Here to talk Top Gun is the Top Gun himself, Mr. Top Gun. How you doing, sir?
Me. Sorry, I was typing back.
You're Top Gun.
I'm Top Gun. What's up?
You're Top
What's
Gun.
up?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks. I don't have a call sign yet. We should have gave ourselves call signs for this show.
I thought about it, but then I realized call signs are very personal, I imagine. So I don't want to give someone a call sign that they wouldn't want. What would your call sign be?
I don't. That's a good. Well, we should ask everybody else what their call signs should be. So you guys should tell me what mine would be.
Your call sign is Tricky Dicky.
Okay, we're gonna work on that. Let's see what other people have to say.
All right.
I don't know what that means. That's insulting. Very insulting.
It rhymes. How can it be insulting if it rhymes?
Dick. Actually, I had a friend growing up named Tricky Dick. So it's funny you said that.
Was he possibly a former U.S. vice president during the 1970s?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't Nixon.
Gotcha.
Let's get the others on. See what they're up to. See what their call signs are.
All right. I am calling on Marilyn to tell me her call sign. Marilyn.
I wish I knew. Hi. But this kind of reminds me of Jersey in some way and it was mostly males that were given a name, like not their name, but they were called by something else. And I'd be curious to find out what what it is for everybody else.
Yeah, like, hey, this is my buddy over here, Johnny Two Times. Oh, that's Jimmy Papers over there.
Jimmy Papers. Marilyn.
Brian, bring Brian on.
Brian has the name.
I don't think Brian's here. I think it's Val. I think it's Val O'Halloran. Val O'Halloran.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Nice. I realize it's like I actually have some kind of a name.
Brian Kilmer, everyone.
So, Brian, what was your name in Jersey?
What was my name in Jersey? Brian. I don't know what fucking country.
No.
Listen. There's different nicknames for different groups that you were with. Depending on what you did. Jokingly today, everybody would be like, "Yay, your call name is Dante. You're the clerk."
Yeah.
But I don't know.
In Jersey, it's like a lot of the guys. It's like they all had these nicknames. I don't recall any of the women ever having nicknames like that.
Well, not to your face.
No, I never had.
Not to your face.
Nicknames I always found was very much in the Mediterranean country shaped like a booth kind of thing.
Italy? Yeah. Italian?
Yeah, it's more of an Italian culture thing going, hey, Tony Two Times.
Tony Two Times. Get the papers.
Like your friend Tricky Dick. I don't want to ask what he did with it that made it so tricky, but
Whoa, Tricky Dick over here.
Yeah, just saying.
The Italians do have a nice nickname culture.
Yes.
Yeah,
it's because they're all in the witness protection code. Just kidding, people.
That's hurtful.
None of the guys that I know from Jersey, that were
guys prejudiced against Italians in this day.
No, I'm not. I eat your food all the time.
Sorry, go ahead, Marilyn.
None of the guys that I, when I was with my ex-husband at the time, prior to marriage, none of them were Italian. So they all had names.
They all had. I didn't really have a nickname growing up. I was Ralphie. Ralphie was. Anyway, we're off topic.
Well, speaking of people, I was going to say, speaking of people who have names, here is one who has a name herself, Krystle Starr.
What's up, you guys?
Yay, Krystle! Congrats on the name.
Hey. I think my name would be my gamer tag, like Starlight. I would just use my gamer tag.
Oh, Starlight would be good. Okay, so Starlight would be a good pilot name.
I don't know what mine would be, to be honest.
I don't know. The rest of us
we're going off gamer tags.
Yeah, I feel like today it'd be whatever your gamer tag is.
By the way, big ups to your well-organized background. That was worth it, huh?
Oh God, yeah. Oh my God. It was
Very nice.
I can't believe I literally hired a team of people to help me with the Lego. They were too many. Too many. So it took us a week and we did it.
Wow.
Woo!
Jeez.
It was like
Yeah.
Sophie's Choice up in there.
So,
What'd you say?
Like it's like Sophie's Choice up in there. I can't let you go. Oh, I can't let you go.
I love I don't love it, but I mean, like it's.
Well, listen.
I love the reference. I love
It's in the name of the toy. Lego. You just gotta let go.
That's literally what the organizer said. Yep. Yeah. And it was, if you guys need an organizer, their company name is One Less Stress, and they are absolutely incredible. I was really afraid to let other people work with my Lego, and they were like organizing brick by brick. Like they were incredible.
Well,
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah.
All right, let's do a movie. What are we doing here? What are we doing?
Yeah, let's
gun.
do something.
I got my notes. Am I ready? Ready with my little. I didn't take
I
many
saw-
notes.
I saw you
Marilyn wrote a book.
cringing. I saw you cringing on your live stream while watching it.
Oh my God! Did you?
Yeah, I just was like, oh, because I saw the title, Watching Top Gun. Because first of all, I've never seen the movie. So
Shut up.
You
You're
have-
yeah. Guess what? I know the ending, but I didn't see the movie. Okay.
really?
Wow.
Yeah, it
How did
just
you
wasn't.
miss? You just never
I was
never
16.
appealed to you.
Just
Interesting.
didn't. It wasn't. I would rather do an Arnold movie over a Tom Cruise movie any day.
Wow.
So
See, I was the
Yeah.
opposite at 13. I was obsessed with Tom Cruise at the time.
Yeah.
Like he was probably my first like.
That's a shock.
I mean, like looking at it now.
shock.
Oh, okay, I see. Anyways, like I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I almost cried watching this movie because I am older now than Tom Cruise was when he made Top Gun.
Well, everybody is. He was like 20 years old.
He's 24, actually. I looked it up.
You
And
almost cried because of that.
yes, I did cry.
Noah, wait,
That's
are you?
horrible.
Even Noah's older than that. Even Noah is older than Tom Cruise and Top Gun.
42.
He's 42.
the only thing that got me choked up was watching this man at his absolute peak of his physical nature.
God bless. He's so gorgeous.
And I've met him in recent years at a con. Obviously, he's been going through health issues, and just to see that this beautiful human who's entertained us
Yeah.
be in that top
Great
should be
actor.
top form.
Yeah.
If you
Nice
guys
man.
haven't seen the documentary about him,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
so good. It's really,
Yeah.
really good. Yeah, I remember my acting. I had an acting teacher in college who used to like. I remember him talking about Top Gun. He's like, if you ever want to know who's a real star, it's not Tom fucking Cruise. It's Val Kilmer. He's
True.
like, just watch his performance in Top Gun, and he just outshines Cruise. And I'm like, I was like, oh yeah, maybe. And then he kind of does.
I don't know about outshine, but
I mean,
They're on par. They're on par.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I think I love Tom Cruise. I always like Tom Cruise movies. Like, I have no qualms with Cruise. I think his Mission Impossible movies are insanely good. But we're here to talk Top Gun.
Top
So
Gun.
Brian and Noah, you had seen this before or no?
I've seen parts of it. Like I've seen clips. I've never sat down and watched it from start to
It's
finish.
insane.
before.
Marilyn, have you seen it before?
Absolutely.
And Krystle, Krystle's seen it before.
So I will say this. The last time I saw Top Gun was when I was like 14 or 15 years old when I was going through my Tom Cruise phase.
I saw it early. I saw it in the theaters, and then I didn't love it the first time I saw it. I liked it. I didn't love it. Then I grew to love it.
See, we also had I'm from Texas, so we've got the Six Flags over Texas, and they had a Top Gun ride, which was so cool. Which I think I liked the movie like the franchise more than like the actual film. Like I loved that ride so much that To me, that was Top Gun, because you got to be you got to fly the plane. It was awesome. Yeah, I actually had forgot the most important part of the movie.
What's the most important?
Goose. I forgot what happened to Goose.
Oh.
Right, that Goose is. I'm spoiler alert if you haven't seen it in 30 years. Goose dies.
Yeah, I literally movie. I was watching it on stream and I was just like, oh my gosh, what is happening? Like that was kind of insane.
They did a good job building that up too. Like, oh, here's his wife who he loves. Here's his child who he loves. What a
Meg
nice
Ryan.
family.
So
that was like one of Meg Ryan's first films, right? Or like her big break.
I think,
or not really.
No, I didn't look that up. I was kind of looking everybody else up, but
it might have been one of her first movies. Yeah,
let me see.
I think it was one of her her big break. I think.
I'm curious as to the new viewers how you felt. I mean, just to dive into this, because rewatching it, I thought it really holds up, and maybe it's just because I've seen it so many times. I thought the action holds up really well. How did you feel about the flight action scenes? Or did you guys think it was corny?
Well, no. First of all, we need to understand where we were as a country in '86. This was filmed in '85, so '86 it comes out. We as America had hosted the Olympics in '84, so we were all this rah rah, go America, fuck yeah kind of country at that time. So movies that were Navy SEALs and Top Gun and all these kind of military, we're going to kick your ass if you don't agree with us kind of films was a big to do. So going into that, because I looked back, I said, what else was going on in '86 film wise and stuff? I'm like, oh, right. It's all this kind of like more testosterone filled movies where I think I may have testicular cancer. I mean, to have to check. That's how much fucking testosterone came off this film. It was such a crazy, mad kind of, film that you could see that this was a Bruckheimer, Don Simpson, let's throw everything at it. Now, I think they got cooperation from the Air Force and all the Navy and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the fact that they were able to do that is a huge get, and it does amp up your game when it comes to the action scenes. Now, some of the things were kind of funny. Like a little goof I saw was, they had a big air fight off this sunken ship or the ship that was in distress, and they had to go out and do reconnaissance before the Russians come in and take it or whatever. And you see them fly, and they're supposed to be in the middle of the ocean, and there's mountains in the background. I'm like, it's the middle of the ocean. What's going on here? But otherwise, huge. It holds up. The action holds up. Your original question, the flight simulation, cockpit shots, all work out. In the beginning of the film, I'm like, the pilots always have the mask on. They never take it off, so you see their gorgeous chin to talk. The mic is in the mask. So in the beginning, I'm like, I get it. But then as the end, when they're really fighting, they're not taking it off because I got him, Maverick. And then they nearly start World War III by shooting down 2 Russian MiGs.
Did you notice? I don't think they ever. I know they didn't do this in Maverick, but they don't specify it being Russian or
right.
And they definitely didn't do it in Maverick. They didn't want to specify.
Nope. Yeah, I kept asking to stream that because I was drinking wine, and I was just like, "Who are they fighting?"
I mean, it's obvious it's supposed to be Russian, but
I assume that.
But I thought that was interesting. Yeah, it's interesting rewatching this and just how much I think I like it more as I rewatched it growing up. But I didn't, like I said, when I saw it in the theater, I was super young, and I don't think I really. Well, I remember my friend. I meant to see it with my friend. And he was he wanted to be a fighter pilot after that. But then he grew up to be 6'4", and there was no way he was going to fit in a plane. But I was just not as impressed. I was like, it was okay. It was fine. And then now it's one of my all-time faves.
This is one of your all-time faves.
action movie. Yeah.
Really?
I mean, and it's not like it's heavy in action, because it's like it feels like both storylines that are in the film are kind of, equalized. It's not very heavy on the romance, but it's not very heavy on the fighting and the action and all that. I feel like they're both very equal in story and plot.
It's a well plotted script. I would say there's elements that you look now and I feel like are definitely like a little corny, a little bit like
I love it. I love the
contrived, but the script is very well structured and they hit the beats the right way, like what they want to, what they're going for, right? Like
Absolutely. The structure of the script is definitely formulaic,
very formulaic. Hits
very
notes.
formulaic. So like I said, so much I was watching it downstairs and in my TV room, and I stopped it because I wanted to grab something to drink, and I go upstairs and Diane was upstairs, and I said to Diane, like, oh my God, this is the 80s movie, action movie ever. Like, this is Bruckheimer at his, like, before he got into Transformers, like, this was his shit. This was the jam kind of a movie. I said, Diane, you would vomit at how much 80s is down here. It's hilarious.
She's never seen it either?
No, she's never seen it either.
Oh, wow.
That's great. That's wild.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. I come from a family of pilots, so this movie growing up was
It's like religion.
it was pretty hardcore. Yeah. My uncle, like he was ejected during training, and so watching that scene, like I think I like literally like I might have just like I forget really bad things. It's just a coping mechanism. So when he was injected, I was just like, oh my gosh, my uncle literally went through that. And I remember like, my aunt, it was on the news because it was in can't remember the name of the town in Texas, but anyways, it was made it to the news, and she found out later that it was him, and he was totally fine. He was fine, but it's crazy. Just like on a normal training day, like you could just die. Like I don't know. I find it's wild. It's wild.
Well, there was a stunt pilot that was killed while filming this.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the film was dedicated to him. A stunt might have gone wrong or something like that. It didn't exactly say what, but yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
I had no idea either.
Christopher said that it was actually supposed to be the Canadians they were fighting.
I could see that.
Which would have made an interesting choice. It would have been an interesting choice.
U.S. history.
Really, the scary Canadian Air Force.
I thought it was a red star on the tail of that plane. It obviously was a red maple leaf.
It was a maple. How would that have changed it for you as far as the level, the threat level?
You will never get our poutine.
They don't have
They fire poutine at you instead of missiles. Is that what you're saying? That's interesting. Interesting thought. Thank you, Krystle. Thank you for digging up that gem.
Did anyone count how many shower scenes there were?
I'm sure you did. I know Krystle did.
No.
Like 17 shower scenes.
I think they're like 4 or 5. Just go throw that out there.
I was like, why does Tom like who thinks that he can just walk into this girl's house and take a shower? Like you can take a shower at other people's houses?
Weird.
That was the guy, how cocky he was.
Go back to that, Brian. How short is Tom there? Holy shit.
Tom Cruise is 5'7" and Val Kilmer is 6 foot.
Well, that's Goose. The Goose is like 6'2".
And
he wouldn't be a pilot. He wouldn't be.
I know. I don't think he'd be a pilot.
That's why he died.
Tom is notoriously
because he was too tall.
Tom is notorious for wearing platforms.
Yeah.
He's also
have apples like that go wherever he goes.
Apple boxes. Yeah.
This must have been before he had a lot of pull.
It does say that he did have to wear lifts in his shoes because Kelly McGillis was 5'10".
Kelly McGillis looks. I don't say she looks that much older than she just looks more than 29 in this movie. She just seems more than 29.
She's 5 years older than he is.
Right.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
just seems like she would be like closer to 40. The character would not.
Well,
her.
and it's funny because it's like they listed all the other actresses that would have been that were up for her role, and they turned them down. But it's like Julianne Phillips, Tatum O'Neal, Jodie Foster, Daryl Hannah, Diane Lane, Sarah Jessica Parker, Linda Hamilton, and Carrie Fisher. I could have totally seen Jodie Foster in that role.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
Jodie Foster.
I
Out
can
of
see
all
that.
that you named, yeah, for sure.
Roseanne
I feel like
Barr
it
was
might have been
another
even
choice.
more iconic with Jodie Foster.
Roseanne Barr turned it down last minute, and they had to get Kelly McGillis. True story.
Yeah.
Just kidding. That was not a true story.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, I think-
Interesting.
It was supposed to be
Chemistry.
Tom Arnold, and Roseanne, not Tom Cruise, and that's where things got interesting.
I don't even know who it is.
That would have been a different movie. Would have been a little different.
Yeah, I think if Tom
Yeah,
Cruise was
that
not
would
in
have
this
been a much
movie, it would
different
not have
scene.
been as famous as it is.
Yeah.
I mean,
How did you guys feel about the volleyball scene? Let's
that's
talk
my
about
favorite scene. That's the only scene I
Another
remember as a
shocker.
kid. The volleyball scene and the sex scene. Like, I'm telling you, this was a movie that I watched a lot when I was in my peak Tom Cruise fan era. And what's crazy is now rewatching it, like I do not find him that attractive in this movie.
Oh, he's young now. He's so young.
That's what I was telling my Twitch
Yeah.
fam. I was like, I would never hit on him. He's like a baby, and I feel like an
Baby.
old cat lady watching this. Like, it did not make me feel good.
Well, he's not that young still. So,
Like,
but
old
it's a very iconic scene. And also in the write-ups in the little synopsises is that Scott, the director, took a whole day to actually shoot that scene.
I'm sure he did.
And the studios were really upset because it's like it's not that much of a scene, but it's like they actually played a game, and he almost lost his job because of that.
Makes
Oh,
sense.
he almost lost his job because of it?
Yeah, the director, yes.
Wait, why did he almost lose his job?
Because they took the whole day to shoot
Oh.
that scene.
Gotcha.
You know how much money that is?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, it's the best scene in the movie, so good for him.
Interesting. So if we're gonna play Kill, Marry, F with Tom Cruise, Val Kilmer, and Goose, go, Krystle.
Okay, I would definitely have sex with Val Kilmer. Like in this movie, oh my god, that bite that he does at Tom. Oh,
Oh, the bite got you. See, because the bite was a little corny to me. That's one.
oh
thing.
no, that's
Okay.
that
You like the bite.
yeah.
Okay. Marry Tom or marry Goose?
Yeah, I would marry Tom because he doesn't like. I don't know. He just seems like such a little tiny like sweetheart. Like I don't know. Like he just seems like a little sweetheart. And then I mean, Goose already got killed, so I guess we could just fit
Yes,
that
I
with
know.
him.
No, kill off Goose.
Easy.
felt that
Don't
was
why
coming.
dirty your hands.
I felt like that was coming. I was trying to think of another name to throw in there, but
Too soon?
if I threw in Jane Fonda from Barbarella, that would throw a wrench in your whole plan.
I would have to marry her because then you could have sex with her all the time.
What else? Oh, what was I going to answer?
Sammy's
I wanna-
answer.
If we can
F
double back
Goose.
to
Oh,
the
F Goose. Interesting.
double back to the sex scene, what did you guys think about the prominent tongue usage?
Oh
I
yeah,
literally-
Did anyone else-
there was a big tongue scene in that.
I literally did this when we watched it on Twitch. I was like, Yeah.
It was
Well,
very.
it was
I
a
think
lot.
it's because it was
tongue
it was
forward.
silhouetted, so like you see their mouths, and then it's just like, oh, Tom's going hard. Tom's going in.
He went in.
Yeah.
Tongue forward.
it's like two cows.
Yeah. I mean, there's no tongue there in that picture, but we see it. We do.
I
see
will
it.
say that sex scene as a 14-year-old girl was great. Like that's like I literally don't remember like much after the sex scene
There's-
in the whole film.
This
Like,
whole movie has turned into a porn for Krystle.
And that's when she hit puberty.
yeah.
And let's talk about some of the other.
It is a
performances.
rather erotic film.
What was there another
Thank you, Noah.
favorite
All
character
things
you
considered, I
guys,
see it.
you guys had in this movie, like that you besides Tom and Val? Is there another performance that stood out for you?
Hey.
Yes.
I want to be that guy. Because
It's my choice.
He was so sweaty.
He is the best.
Every single shot, he was
They
so
all
wet.
were.
I
Brian,
know.
what's his
But
name?
he had
Whoever
no
was
hair on
on-
the head, so you just see so much of it.
Very sweaty.
No, the
Whoever was
sweatiest-
on spray patrol went way beyond the call of fucking duty. He was sweaty in a air-conditioned ship while being briefed on the upcoming mission.
He's
What
kind
the
of-
fuck are you sweating about, bro?
It's Tony
I
Scott.
second that.
It was Tony
He's just
Scott,
the-
right?
Yeah, Tony Scott directed it.
Yeah, because Crimson Tide, everybody was sweating in that movie too.
So
You
they
like
hired.
white
Sweat.
skin?
He loves to make you sweat.
But I was
I didn't
waiting
like
for.
that.
I was waiting for him to go. Listen here, Maverick, you slacker.
All right. Do you have a picture of the dad, the '90s dad with like the mustache? He's the dad for all the '90s shows. He was the teacher.
Oh yeah.
90s dad.
What was his name?
90s?
You talking about Tom Skerritt?
I think so.
Oh, Tom Skerritt is in.
Yeah. What was he the dad in? Like, what '90s show was he the dad in?
I don't think he was in a 90s show, was he?
Or '80s show?
He was in
A TV
ton,
show. He plays a dad in a TV show, and it's not Seventh Heaven.
I don't know.
That guy.
Tom Skerritt.
Who he?
He was
What?
an alien. He was an alien. And
I know that. Yeah. But didn't he play a dad in like
Okay.
some TV
He
show?
was in
If
I
you
don't
can
know.
correctly answer the question at home,
if anybody
you
knows
win
the dad of
the Top Gun.
what did he play a dad in? Anybody?
Picket
Let us know.
fences.
Fences! Yes, Joshua! Yes, Sammy! Yes!
What was it?
Picket
I
Fences.
never saw that.
I think that was like the Seventh Heaven before Seventh Heaven.
He's 89 now. Holy
didn't watch
crap.
Picket Fences, but yeah, it's still Magnolias. Yeah.
Tom Skerritt's still going at 89.
I love Steel Magnolias. Oh,
It's funny because he was great in ER. Like when ER came out, he was like the lead before even Clooney. was the
Yeah,
lead.
and coming from Revenge of the Nerds, remember that movie?
Right.
And he kind of reinvented himself.
Well,
And you know what was really funny? He was the only one during volleyball didn't take off his shirt.
Right. That's why
You guys-
Krystle wanted to kill him.
You guys got that covered. That's why it took so long to film it. They were like, "Come on, just take the shirt off." I'm not taking it off. Go again. I'm not doing it. I can relate.
Oh yeah,
can
Tom
relate.
Skerritt was in Contact. That was another good movie. Contact.
Yes, he was a douche in Contact.
Yeah, he was a dick. He kind of screwed out over Jodie Foster, but then, well, I don't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
It was a bad move by him.
That's a good movie to put on.
Jake
Almost.
Busey also in Contact. If you guys remember Jake Busey, who
The
I
lunatic.
partied with one night, and it was the most insane night in my life. I think. Very
That's a whole other episode.
It's a whole other story. Fun guy though. Wore a kilt, in fact.
With or without.
Already.
I don't know. I didn't check. What else? What else, Noah?
So go ahead, Noah.
Oh no, actually, I was gonna ask you a question, Krystle. Brian said that he saw you cringing during your live stream. I didn't know if you
Yeah,
could
why were you cringing?
remember what the cringe was.
What's the cringe about?
Oh, probably a few times. Honestly, the sweat probably got me a few times.
Made her
I
cringe.
definitely a part that I didn't like was when at the end or like towards the end, Tom throws Goose's necklace, his dog tags in the ocean, and I'm like, those aren't yours to do that with.
Yeah, like maybe the son
kinda,
wants some, maybe
yeah.
the mom wants some.
So also, I went to the restroom for a second when they like told Meg Ryan that he died. Apparently, she doesn't cry. Is that true?
No, she was upset. No, she
I
was
thought
upset.
she cried. I don't know if I saw.
Okay, I went to the restroom, so I totally missed that.
No, she was.
But yeah,
was
Meg
upset.
Ryan should have got those dog tags,
She
right?
was
Like,
definitely saddened by the death. I'll say that she was.
She was
sad. She wasn't
strong.
thrilled. She wasn't.
But she was
thrilled.
definitely.
But usually those
Wasn't a
dog
fan.
tags. Usually the dog tags then gets passed down to the children. Like he had that son, and
Or we go to the parents. Like, yeah,
Right.
maybe Meg was like, "Hey, throw it in the ocean," and they cut the scene out.
did you guys see?
They had a
Top Gun
specific
Maverick?
conversation.
Yeah.
Top
Okay,
Gun
I
Maverick,
haven't seen that, but
so good.
I get that's basically like the son comes back to like and like blames his father's
It's
Goose's death
Goose's
on.
son. Goose's son comes in
Yeah.
And there's some shit's going around, and they got to figure shit out. Tom's got to train them. It's great.
Does he ask him for the dog tags?
He does. He goes, "Where'd you throw my?" The whole movie's about the dog tag.
I
whole
bet
movie.
it is.
And
I
it,
bet
whole
it
movie
is.
what's interesting is it becomes like a deep sea movie. Like they go underwater to get the dog tags, and then
James
the whole-
Cameron gets involved.
Yeah, James Cameron's involved. It's weird.
Really
Weird.
experimental. It
It's
just
a weird.
got
It's a whole.
very
It takes a
strange.
whole detour you didn't see coming.
Hell of a summer blockbuster.
Wait, hang on. Oh, sorry. This is Paramount. They want to do that movie. Hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the dog tags, right? Yes.
The dog tags.
I said the same thing. Yeah, we could have it. Let's take a meeting on Monday. All right. Sounds good. Take care. All right. There we go. We're going to
Brian
get
just
this
got
done.
a part. I think
Well,
Brian's in
Hollywood moves fast.
Brian's in Top Gun 3, people.
He's not even supposed to be there.
Damn, he wasn't even supposed to be there. That's fine.
in the
I
back
don't
of the
know
jet.
Made it
what's
funny.
coming up in Maverick at all, and it's not just about Goose's death. It's much more than that. But yeah, let's.
In what, Maverick?
So I've been told I'm going to play his son, this character's
Maverick's
son.
so good. I love Maverick.
Anyway,
I'm going to be his son.
Oh,
in
you're
this.
his son, and you're gonna be really sweaty. You sweat more than your dad in it, I think.
Listen here, Maverick. Why are you
Sons of
5'7"?
bitches.
Look up at me when I talk to you.
He's like, I can't believe I'm going to do this, but I'm going to send you to Top Gun.
You two are loose cannons, but gosh darn it, if you're not the best we've got.
Yeah.
I love.
Cougar's out. That makes you number one. You're going.
Did anyone look up what this scored on Rotten Tomatoes?
No, what was it?
A 58.
What, Top Gun?
Yep.
Shut up. Who's
No.
58? Who dared do this?
I
think
believe
that's
it.
what someone on my stream said. I personally didn't look it up, but that is the information I
even
received
odd.
from the internet.
well, I'm surprised. I mean,
I'm
very-
not.
Audience score's got to be like a 95.
By the way,
Maverick.
bravest character in the whole movie. The guy who got it. The guy who gets in the plane with Maverick after he crashes.
And he goes, hey, man, we could have had him. We could have had him, man. He goes, I'll fire when I'm damn good and damn ready.
He had the coolest helmet, though. Him and Merlin.
Yeah, the Japanese sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah, 58% on Rotten Tomatoes, 83% audience score. I feel like that's even low.
yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, considering though that like the movie was very well received, and they actually put in Navy recruiting booths, and
Yeah.
and had the highest, for many years of recruitment. Because
Yeah,
Right.
and they had recruiting booths for Maverick too at certain theaters.
It was definitely that time of the hell yeah, America, fuck it, do it, yeah, let's do it.
for me, it's like one of the things that's always been confusing because you've got the Air Force and you've got pilots in the Navy.
Right. Then you get the Navy.
Well, that's always been a confusing little thing for me. And
It's a little confusing for me too, Marilyn. Yeah. I'm confused as well. You're not the only one. If anybody can answer that, the Navy's actually Sammy, maybe you'll know the difference. Why is there 2 Air Force people?
Well, because you've got to have the ones on the naval carriers, like you.
So if you're not,
they're very
you have
important.
to be in the Navy to get the Air Force on the naval carrier. Is that what it is?
Correct.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. Sammy said that the Navy is actually having a shortage of recruitment lately, and they have been for the last, I want to say, like 4, 5, 6 years. It's gone.
And that's all branches. That's not just the Navy.
Well,
Yeah,
the good
it's
news
all
is,
branches. It's true.
hopefully AI will start being able to fly our planes for us soon.
Oh, okay. I thought you were meant like serve, like have people serve in the Navy.
We can have that'd be cool if we just did the robots.
I actually have a friend who does that for a living.
He's a robot for a living?
No, he kills people with robots, like drones. Like that's
He kills people with robots.
with drones. Yeah,
Oh, drones.
Yeah. it's like a real thing. Yeah.
I do like to
Have we
imagine that
learned-
he is a supervillain.
Have we learned nothing from the Iron Man movies? Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh, we learned nothing from Terminator. That's for
Nothing
damn
from
sure.
any movies ever. We've been talking
Ever,
about
any movies
Megan.
ever. I feel like all the nerds are like, we just sit back and we're just like, damn.
Like, are
Just a
you
little bit.
kidding? Did you not watch Animatrix? What the hell are we doing? We're barreling straight towards this.
Mhm.
Wow, you're one of the few people who I've talked to who knows about the Animatrix. That's a great one.
Dude, the scene where they're riding against the robots is horrifying. I don't want that. And that's right where we're going.
Right where we're going. Just barreling full speed ahead.
But there were no robots or drones in this movie.
There were
Yeah.
not. This is good
Hope
old
not.
fashioned.
Probably not in 86.
Fighter
Yeah.
I was going to say they probably didn't have them back then.
the only robots were the ones that were getting sweat on by the guys that
What are you
were
talking
reading.
about? Do
You
you
got
ever see
5
Rocky
bogeys,
IV?
6 bogeys.
Remember Rocky IV robot? That was awesome.
We just talked about Rocky IV robot today at work.
It's the
And
best
apparently they
robot.
edited it. They took him out of like the Rocky IV.
Yeah, he
re-release.
re-edited it because he realized that robot was ridiculously stupid. Anyway, different movie, different time. Music, excellent. Let's talk about the score.
Totally.
Amazing soundtrack. Soundtrack for this was top notch. Like I love 80s music though, so a little biased, but yeah. We're gonna go through our favorite parts and our least favorite parts.
Yes, we have to start with that. Let's start with favorite parts. Any favorite scenes?
Yeah, I'll go first. So they're like back to back. I got 2.
We know it.
Okay, well, yeah, that too. That's the best scene. But I love when she comes up to Goose and she was like, "Your friend was magnificent." Like she knows that they are like betting on women because she's around all these guys all the time. Yeah,
Here he is, Polybot.
What's hilarious about the Rocky IV robot is how long after this movie was made? 40 years, and you still don't have a robot that does that.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, continue.
Well, not in the States.
Not in the States.
Yeah.
In Japan, they marry those robots.
Yeah.
Continue.
Well, in Saudi Arabia, like the robots are killing people. You guys know this, right?
Who's killing people?
I believe it.
Yeah, there's like the billionaires in Saudi Arabia, like they have they've got like robot bodyguards, and if you get too close, like they've accidentally killed kids and stuff already. Like it's actually really bad. Like terminate and that
epidemic of robot murderers in Saudi Arabia.
no, seriously.
This is crazy.
It's not a joke, Ralph. You should laugh at this shit.
Crazy to me.
I know. And I heard that like 3 years ago, so I can only imagine how like much worse it's got since then. But anyways, so favorite part. So when she says that to them, and then like right after that, you've got her like with the pantyhose with like the black stripes down the back with her legs walking, and then of course he finds out that it's his teacher, and he's trying to like hide himself. Like, oh, I love that. I think that's just such a cute little part. So that's my favorite part. Next.
I love that Krystle really embraced the romantic side of this movie.
Yeah, I don't like action movies anymore.
Doesn't care about the.
I don't care.
He's all into the romance. It's just fine. It's got
Yeah.
everyone.
This is my 13 or 14-year-old Krystle's Top Gun movie. Not
What?
exactly.
I wouldn't be surprised if you Photoshop your face over Kelly McGillis in this one.
Okay. I will get on that. I'll get on that.
Anybody else have a favorite scene?
Sure. So for me, it's kind of like a back-to-back one because it's when Maverick sees Charlie and meets her and they all sing that song, but she obviously knows eventually who he is, and so she's kind of leading him on, and so then it leads into when they're in their schooling, if you will, and she comes in and he's all of a sudden like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yep. That's the best part. See?
Yeah.
Unanimous.
Unanimous best part.
All right, Ralph, what is your favorite part since this is like one of your favorite movies?
I just love, the romance, for me personally, like, I'm torn because like every shower scene. No, I mean, obviously,
all 5 of them.
Obviously, it's the climax of the movie when he's like scared. He's like, get back in there, and he's like, talk to me, Goose, and he doesn't know what to do. And then he has that moment, which seems like it's taking longer than it should because it's like, dude, you're in a dogfight. You gotta like stop it. But he gets back into the fight, and then he's like, I'm your wingman. I'm not leaving my wingman. And he doesn't leave his wingman. And then he freaking puts on the brakes, and he's like, he's gonna fly right over me, and he flies over him, and he shoots him. Unbelievable. And then Kelly McGillis with the, and the romance after that. But the climax of the movie is my favorite scene. Right after he re-engages, it's very exciting, even though it's super cliche and formulaic.
When he wakes up out of his little trauma.
Yeah, he's like a little crisis of faith, which I still don't believe like they'd be putting him up there like after he literally quit and he was having like panic attacks in the air. Like they're gonna just throw him up there against the Canadians or whoever they were fighting.
The Canadians.
Like it seemed a little far fetched, but still great scene. Anyone else?
All right, Brian.
I'll say Tom is in the bathroom and he's brushing his teeth, and Tom Skerritt comes in and he goes, "Listen, if you're in this long enough, you're going to lose wingman and whatnot. Just forget about him. He's gone." Like, I was like, well done, sympathetic sir. Well done.
Well done.
Just get in there, man. It's
Get in
just
there.
the guy that's been sitting behind him for months, if not years. Just move on.
Your best friend. No big deal.
Oh. By the way, put some pants on. You're in your underwear.
With the whitey tighties.
Just get over it and get up there. That's what you gotta have that
Get over it,
mentality,
yeah.
Brian.
Yeah, I get it.
What do you
All right,
do?
Noah.
Favorite part.
Literally just any use of the song Danger Zone. As soon as that comes on, I'd be like, all right, let's just hear the whole song out. Now, I got 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Let's hear the whole thing.
And boy, did they get their royalties worth out of that song. I don't know how much they paid for it, but they used the shit out of that song.
I did like when Val, like Goose dies and he comes up behind Maverick and he's like, Maverick. He's like, he doesn't know. He doesn't want to say anything nice to him because they're rivals, but he does the sniff. He's like, "I'm sorry," and then Tom Cruise is just like kind of shocked by the pop, like him giving him a little condolences. I thought that
I
was
will
cool.
say none of us mentioned the fantastic exchange between Iceman at the end, where he's like, "You can be my wingman any day."
No, man.
I wrote it down.
You could
I
be
wrote
my
it down.
wingman.
Yeah.
Shit.
Anytime. It's anytime. Yeah.
Anytime.
Anytime. Yeah. Yeah.
And then they hug it out. They bro hug.
See, my best friend and I used to say that to each other all the time. Like, you can be my wingman. You can be my huckleberry. Like, that was always like, a saying. And so when Goose died, I was like, oh my God, he dies. And I was like, oh yeah, he has to so they can get together. Yeah. It's been a hot minute.
Wow.
Val Kilmer and Tom drive off in the
And they have
sunset
a
on the
great
motorcycle.
scene in Maverick where they reconnect. It's neat.
In my head, like Maverick and Iceman were together like so much longer. Like, it's a really short, like, at the end of the movie, and in my head, I had written the movie. I remembered the movie with them being partners for much longer.
Oh, I'm sure they were. I mean, if they had made the sequel sooner, it would have been, Top Gun Iraq, Top Gun Afghanistan, Top Gun off the coast of whatever, It would have been
I feel like those are missed opportunities.
That's
honestly.
a good title name. Like, they should have done that one.
Yeah, they really should. Also,
That's
another
what-
favorite scene
whatever.
when she's trying to talk to Tom and tell him that she loves him, and he just like drives off on the BMW motorcycle, and then her car is like so incredibly beautiful, like the vintage car that she's got. I forgot what kind it is, but it is so sleek, and she just runs all those stop signs, like almost gets killed for this man for no reason, really. In my head, I was like, I wouldn't do that for a guy.
On that scene when he gets on the bike and he's talking to her and she's talking to him and saying how much she cares for him, he was supposed to have a line there, but he forgot his line and kissed her instead. So that wasn't actually scripted.
Nice. I wish that would
like
save
that.
me anytime I was filming. Just like, I forget the line. Let me just make out with you.
hard to watch the movie and not think like this guy's pretty like kind of he's
Yes.
a little
What kind of car
immature.
is that? Look at that Trans Am behind
I don't
there.
know what our car people out there right now.
It
Might it
could
be
be.
an MG?
It could be an actual early Porsche, or it could be an early like a Audi or Volkswagen
I don't
kind of
think
thing.
it's a Porsche.
Man, cars were so much better back in the day. It's an MG.
MG.
That's what I said. I think it might be an MG.
Look at that
Oh,
Trans Am in the back,
Yeah, that's what I just said. I was like, look at that. Yeah.
That's
and a
where it's
Mustang
at.
on the right, and then that might be a Porsche directly behind her, and then
That
some
might be
sort
a Porsche behind it. Yeah.
There's
and then
another scene
Everyone's
at the
got dual
airport,
cars.
and it was like filled with 1950s cars for a random reason. Looked like they had a car show going on in the background.
Ooh, Google says it's a Porsche 356.
Yes, Sammy.
Maybe
Thank you, Sammy.
See? I said
it was. You did. I didn't think it was.
because it almost looks like the same car from 48 Hours with Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah, I was thinking of the Porsche from Risky Business in 1983.
Ooh.
The Tom,
Now that's a Tom Cruise movie I can get behind.
kicks off the pier, if you remember.
Mhm.
Great movie.
Okay, so in Risky Business, is he wearing a white shirt with the whitey tighties and socks, or is he wearing a pink shirt with whitey tighties and socks?
I think it's white.
Pink or white. Yeah, I don't remember. Why?
This is like a Mandela effect thing, so I was kind of like curious what color.
I feel like it's white, but so I could also see it being pink, like a light pink. Maybe it is a Mandela. I don't know if that's a man. Yeah, maybe it is. Anyway, Noah, did you have anything else before do we have the Zenescope chart? We don't have Casey.
Yes. So Casey sent me. Now I'll be honest. I was half listening when she was talking to me.
Okay. It's par for the
Not
course.
intending, but so I have the things. I've got some Fight Club scores.
Okay.
That's those right there.
Marilyn.
Marilyn really hated Fight Club.
Yeah. Still do.
Oh my god.
Still does, did, and still does.
And she doesn't give a crap. She'll talk about it as much as she wants.
Who else
And
hated
those
I
are
feel like
individual
I want to
scores.
raise my drive. Like, can I give it like a 6?
No, we don't do 6.
Yeah.
It's a Noah thing.
I want to own that being my favoriteest movie.
It got a lot of high scores already. So
I'm so sad I missed that one. That's literally like one of my favorite movies.
yes, it was very good.
Yeah, I know.
Wait, no, go back. I want to see. I didn't see everything. Hold on.
Oh,
Let's see.
sorry.
I want to see what did
So
Marilyn
those are the
give
May individual scores.
Marilyn didn't like drive either.
Nope.
What?
Wow. Interesting.
Blasphemy.
But I'm surprised I
Marilyn's
gave
hating
Fight
this
Club more
year.
than that, So, I gave Fight Club more because I liked the acting of it, and I can differentiate the two.
Okay. Drive was she was not happy. What is this total scores? What is this?
Just to show the average of what we're giving.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Wow, Drive has been our best movie. See?
Took me a second.
Even better than Fight Club.
John Wick is up there. These are high averages this year.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait.
Oh,
Weird.
I think
Marilyn.
Fight Club's
First Blood still. I think First Blood got a pretty good score.
Not really.
I mean, it was higher than I would have thought.
Well, us as a group, we were all within like a half a point from each other. So
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's do some
scoring.
now.
scoring for Top
I
Gun.
will say I do have Casey typed up her response.
Okay.
I don't
go
know if
for
we
it.
want to read that first.
Well,
Yeah.
let's as long
Yeah,
as
go
it's
for it.
not like a novella. Oh Jesus! So I can make that. I can't read all this.
You want to
wish I
do? You want to
could
read it?
I like the dynamic.
Movie was a
between
bit
Maverick. I
weird.
like Mav's overall confidence when sent to Top Gun. It made for a likable main character, but this could also be because it's young Tom Cruise. Like Rambo, I feel as though I am probably not the target audience for this movie. But I felt a bit lost when they use pilot jargon that goes over my head. I think the rest of the dialogue is both iconic enough and the characters are genuinely enjoyable for this to just be an overall good film. No, probably already said this, but to piggyback off this statement, the makeout scene is iconic. Well, Krystle said that, and is referenced in so many other pieces of media. A bit too much tongue. He gave it a 4.25.
Wow, that's high for Casey.
That's high, considering I don't think she at first I thought she was going to say it wasn't that good, but 4.25 for Casey.
See, it wasn't too much tongue.
4.25. What are we using?
Stars.
4.25.
Wings.
Huh?
Mach 4, Mark 5.
Or jets.
4.25 Machs.
Okay.
I like Machs.
4.25 G's because it's a G.
G's. There you go.
There you go.
That's what we're looking for.
And obviously, G stands for, as we all know, gun.
Oh wait, I also really, before we score, I want to read one of my other favorite lines. I'm so sorry, I forgot this one. So this is the girlfriend of Tom Cruise. If you think you're dead, that's probably like if you think dying is the big gamble, like basically like or she goes, no, if you think dying is the big problem, the bigger gamble is losing a $30 million plane. Like basically saying like your life means nothing to the military compared to this $30 million plane. And I just like love the capitalism. Like that line, I was just like, yep, go Air Force. Yeah, I don't know. It just,
how about us taxpayers, huh?
It's our tax money. It's our plane. This is I own a piece of that plane. Krystle,
that's my plane. And you're flying it around like it's a friggin' toy.
Y'all are gonna hate me, but as a kid, love this movie, and 14-year-old Krystle would have given this 5 Machs. Adult Krystle definitely saw the movie a little differently, and I'm probably only gonna give it a 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did not see that coming after all the hoopla.
Yeah, that was 14-year-old Krystle. Like she was really into this movie.
14-year-old Krystle seemed still. Now that you're 22-year-old Krystle still
exactly
into this movie. All right, so 3 G's for Krystle.
3 G's.
Brian, are you ready?
Yeah. Look, I first time watching it, a long time caller, and I have to say, it had like I said earlier in my statement earlier in the show, it's Bruckheimer at his Bruckheimerness and Don Simpson doing their Don Simpsonness. Acting wise, everything was right on. That machismo kind of pilot life, you know, especially in '86, it was the perfect time for that type of movie. Soon thereafter came other military kind of glory movies. So that being said, and then today, it holds up. I mean, I remember when the big hubbub was about just recently about the Maverick movie. I was curious to see what it was, but I was like, but I've never seen Top Gun, so there's no reason for me to go see Maverick unless I see Top Gun first. So now I'm prepared I would now be interested to see where they took these characters 40 years later. That being said, this is easily just a middle of the road kind of number 3 for me. There are other glory military movies, I think, that are way better than this. But it's definitely formulaic. If you want that action movie 80s kind of script, boom. But if you literally cast this with anybody from Saturday Night Live saying the exact same thing, it would be a comedy.
Yeah, no, like 100%. Like I agree with that 100%.
Wait, would you give it?
3.
3.
3 Mach 3.
3 G's.
Or 3 G's. 3 G's.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I wonder what I would have given if I hadn't seen it before. I really do. I don't know. Marilyn.
Yeah, I kind of have the same thought. You know, it's like, had I not seen it before, I wonder what I would give it. Because I think I saw it when it first came out, and I think I've seen it a couple of times since then as well. But I know it's been a while. And I loved it when I saw it and all throughout the years. But I think sitting down with a different mindset today kind of was like, okay, you know, I do enjoy the movie, but I don't think I enjoyed it as much as I used to in the past.
Sure, sure.
But I do love what it's all about and how it flows. Having seen Maverick, I feel like Maverick is much better than this one.
That's
Sure.
what I
Well,
heard.
also
I think people said that.
the action sequences in Maverick are insane.
But I think
Different level.
that speaks for the generation, though, that being from the 80s and this one being now. So I think that has something to do with it as well. And forgive me, but I don't know if Bruckheimer had anything to do with Maverick. So, you know, I didn't do my homework on that. And so, and my brain doesn't retain any of that information. But I am going to give Top Gun four.
4 G's.
Yeah.
Solid. That's solid.
4 G's for Marilyn. Noah.
Well, as we were saying, we'd be interested to know what it was like had we seen it for the first time. So I had seen it for the first time, minus a few clips from YouTube. But I'm gonna give it a 3, like Brian and
3
Krystle.
Gs.
3 Gs.
3
I
Gs.
thought
Not as
I
popular.
agree.
As-
I think it was
It's
These are like
formulaic.
Ralph's favorite
and-
movies.
Okay,
Well,
no, it's cool. It's cool, guys.
I thought it was
Whatever you want.
formulaic, and I thought that helped in some aspects. Like Marilyn said, it had a really good flow, but then in other parts, I thought that it kind of hurt. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys have ever seen the South Park episode where they go skiing and it's just a ski movie, and you've got like, oh, I'm the jerky guy. I'm the girl that's got to fall in love with you, the protagonist. It's like Stan Marsh. It's like, oh, so I felt like that was the same thing where it's like, oh, you two are loose cannons, but gosh darn it, if you're not the best pilots we got, you're going to school. Well, I'm the #1 pilot and I don't like you. Yeah, well, I'm a bad boy. So let's see what happens. And like parts, and again, it was entertaining.
You keep going. I think you should
I want
finish
to do the
this
whole movie. How much time we
one-man
got?
show. Noah's one-man show of Top.
By the time
so-
next month's movie club comes around, I'll still be going.
So 3. You gave it a 3.
A solid
Okay.
3.
A solid 3.
You'll be okay.
Hard
So for me, I mean, I think you'll be shocked to know I like this movie. I didn't, but it's also not like I know this is not a 5 movie. It's not going to get a 5. So like it's just
We should have made Ralph go first.
It's very enjoyable. It's a very enjoyable guilty pleasure movie for me. I'm not going to say it's a 5. It's not even a 4.5. It's not. It's a good movie. It's very
For one of your favorite movies of all time. It's
one
not
of my
a
favorite
4.5.
action movies of all time, Krystle. It's different.
Asterisks.
Different. It's a different category. It's up there, but it's action movies are in a different scale. They're not like real good. Like, you know, it's not the same as like Godfather.
I feel like I want to pull up the chart again and see
Sure.
Ralph's
I'm
other
gonna
action movies.
I'm gonna say this is a 4. I'm gonna probably go with Casey here and go 4.25. So you'll be shocked to know it's not even a 4.5 for me, but I still enjoy it very much.
I'm surprised you did give it a 4.25 though, because I was wavering
I
between.
was going to give it a 4 or a 4.25 going in. And I guess now I have to give it the 4.25 because now it seems like I was, standing about this movie.
Spite score.
Huh?
Spite score.
No,
Yep.
it's my score. I don't know. It was
That's
either
my
it was
score.
between a 4. I'm going to give it a 4.12.
See, we should have had Ralph go first.
4.25 G's for me.
Ralph would have given this a 5 if he had gone first.
No, I swear I wasn't going to give it a 5. I was never going to give it as a 5. But I really
Well,
did.
the one thing I know is a 5 is the cover. Let's see this cover.
Yeah, excellent
The
transition.
cover
Good job,
is
Ryan.
this
Good
cover
job.
is a 5. No joke.
It is. Let's
Cover is
see.
a 5.
That's
Where-
called a transition, people.
Do you have it?
Pretty good.
No.
Still waiting.
Oh yeah, that's me.
Tick
I hope
tock,
Noah-
tick tock.
All right, here we go. Drum roll. Shazza!
Yowza!
Well,
Bum,
there's
bum,
we got a Z-rated one.
Definitely nice.
That's probably the best Z-rated one that y'all have done this year.
I totally could be her goose.
It's not y'all. It's Sun. It's Sun.
I will say I like the sunglasses are absent in the Z-rated. Oh, and I didn't even see she's got the little dragon on her helmet.
Oh, nice. I would not have caught that either.
Yeah,
actually.
that's a cool little that's a cool little touch.
I think here's a link.
Well
for you.
done. Sun, once again, knocking it out of the park. That
I
definitely
think
was 10 G's on that one.
I think the links are.
10
I think
Gs
the
on that.
links are live now. I think they're live. So I'm gonna throw them up here. Boom, boom.
There they go.
Do it. Grab yours now while they last.
Hey, Noah, make a note. Krystle would like the Z-rated one for this one.
Krystle, let me
That's
use
like
my
one of the
handy
best-
dandy.
I hope you guys are getting the
Hey.
Z-rated ones already or no.
Never.
I don't think so.
We were supposed to be getting the Z sexy ones the whole time.
We can get you them if you want.
Yes, I would like to be put on the Z. I would like that.
Noah's on it.
Noah's on it. This
We
pencil
need some
doesn't have a
Z-rated
tip,
for
so I
these
just
guys.
wanted to write.
We need some Z-rateds.
So what's next, Herr Capitan?
So what's next is what is next month?
It's an
Top
Arnold
Sun.
Schwarzenegger
Ooh, I like
movie
I like
where
the
he doesn't
fun.
wear underwear.
What?
Terminator. We already did Terminator.
Commando is next month. Oh my god,
Mando?
Commando.
Oh,
I don't know
All
if
right.
I've seen
Gold
that.
Commando.
That's
Oh,
all
yeah.
you get. That's all you get.
I love Commando.
Commando. When I was a kid, I've seen this movie a zillion times. I haven't seen it in about 20 something years.
Same. Million
I
times.
can't wait, but I'm probably gonna laugh at the whole thing. How
And
corny
a
it is.
fun drinking game you should never do. Drink when he gets a kill. Never do that.
Never do.
Oh.
We started that. We started it and we
Alright.
couldn't finish about like 10 years ago. Yep.
Ooh.
We should bring Jason on.
Was it like 150 or 200 people that he kills in this one?
I
It's
think
great.
it's over 200.
It's
Yeah,
great.
I was about to say, I think we tried to do this at a friend's house and stopped.
The best part of this movie is Bennett, who's his rival, and Bennett compared to Arnold is like so out of shape. It's such a good God. It's so good. I can't wait for you guys to see it, and you're gonna hate it, and you're all gonna give it like 1 to 2 stars, and I'm gonna give it freaking 5. I don't know what I'm gonna give it.
I mean,
I heard that. I heard that.
I won't give it a 5, but I know I loved it when I was a kid.
I can't imagine that I wouldn't have seen it, but I can't recall it. So
It's amazing.
Look, we're gonna-
Marilyn, I know Marilyn's gonna give it like a 1.
We're just gonna we're gonna need a whole hour just to go through the list of our favorite lines. from
Oh, the
movie.
lines. Write down
So
your favorite
many-
lines.
So many favorite lines of that movie.
Oh my god.
And if y'all want to watch it, I will be watching this one on Twitch too.
Remember
So
when I said I
people
was
in
going to
chat,
kill you
like if
last?
y'all want to watch it.
I
Will you be
lied.
drinking?
Probably. I was
Tons-
drinking last night with Maverick. I won't be
do we-
drinking for every kill. I might
Ray
take one
Don
half
Chong?
sip.
Ray Don Chong's in it.
Yep. What's the date are we looking at?
It's a good question as well.
I'm like,
What is
oh,
the date? I think I have it.
I know I have it. Hold on a second. The 29th of June.
29th of June. Wow. Late.
that's a Thursday?
It's
That
a
is.
Thursday.
Okay.
It's a Thursday. Yeah. It seems late for us, but that's what we're doing.
And that's not the virtual convention day, is it?
I hope not. No. Because then we're in trouble. No, I don't think it is. I don't think it is. So I do know, I will say, we do have one change. So June 29th, I think July is going to change. It's not going to be the 28th anymore. I think we're going to do that on the 26th.
Okay.
Cool. My birthday's the 30th. What?
And your birthday's on
Hey.
July 30th?
Yeah.
Does anybody have anything they want to plug besides Krystle's birthday?
Yes, I do. I literally just dropped my video game today. I haven't been allowed to talk about it
no
for a really
way.
long time. Yeah. My best friend created the video game, and I have been helping him with it for a year now. It's called My Cardio Quest. So if you want to go to mycardioquest.com, we literally just launched the beta today at like noon. So yeah, it's basically a game that you gotta have a smartwatch or something that monitors your heart rate, and you power your whole character with your cardio. So you work out, and then it stores all of your workout points, and then you can kind of sit down on the couch after your workout and then run through the game with all of your power points that you literally did with your heart. So yeah. I've been having a lot of cardio issues since all my health stuff, and the doctors have been telling me to work out for like years. And my best friend was like, "I'm gonna do this for you." And the game is sick as hell. I mean, it wasn't just for me; like it's for everyone who has heart issues or just wants to get in shape. No, it's not just for me, but I would definitely
only
say
Krystle can play.
Only I can play.
That would be a weird game.
And by the way, when she says sick, she means it's healthy for you. It's a sick meaning good, healthy game.
Good.
Yeah.
Good, right. Oh, let me write
Yes,
that
for all you under 40-year-olds.
I was a little confused. It's good. It's good for you. Okay. Go to see Krystle. We have a link for Krystle's
It's mycardioquest.com.
mycardioquest.com.
Yeah, mycardioquest.com. And it's in beta right now. So if you find any bugs, please let me know. Just message me on Instagram or something. We hope that there aren't, but yeah.
Brian is showing us his
upcoming. Yeah, I'll be in my next appearance is in Sacramento, June 17th and 18th. Me, Jay Muse, Jeff Anderson, Sinister Creature Con. I won't be going to Fan Expo Dallas this year. Nope, can't make it.
Damn you, Brian.
Second year in a row.
Me and Krystle will be there.
Yeah.
I know. I apologize. It's a conflict of my schedule. I had something else booked for that. You're good. But if you guys are in Dallas, Ralph and I will be here. Woo!
When is that?
That one is in like 2 weeks, right?
Second weekend in June. We come to the Zenescope booth. We'll be with Hot Flips. We'll be hanging
9th,
out.
10th, and 11th.
There you go.
And I'll be at Minnesota Con next weekend. So if you guys are in Minnesota, the Twin Cities are having a show. Don't you know?
Yeah.
Well, Brian won't be at Fan Expo, but put the graphics up for Astronomicon if you have it.
When is that one?
That will be before we have our next.
Astronomicon will be in June 25th and
what city?
24th. It's a suburb outside of Detroit. Astronomicon 6.5. So it'll be in Livonia, Michigan, which is just outside of Detroit, in a place called Burton Manor. It's the guys from Magic Ninja Entertainment, the guys who bring you Twisted and Insane Clown Posse and stuff like that.
Oh, shit.
Tons of the View Askew people are going to be there for that. You can go to my links, any of the links up, any of my socials will give you the links to the show.
Same here.
It'll be a lot of fun. Marilyn will be there. It'll be Kevin's wife Jen's first convention ever. It's going to be a ton of people. Yeah,
nice.
really. Yeah.
First convention ever for Jen.
Yeah, those are always fun.
And she's going to be at the Shreveport one too, right?
Correct.
I'll be there too with you guys.
They're either fun or they're overwhelming.
Yeah.
Which one?
I kept forgetting to send him my pictures, so I didn't make it on the flyer. My bad. But I'll be there.
That's GeekCon in Shreveport, Louisiana, folks.
Oh, I want to go because I want to go.
That's in August 18th through the 20th.
Yeah, that's a fun one. I like that one. Nice. And then if you guys are in Chicago, I'll be in Brick World Chicago. If you guys are Lego nerds, that's the 15th, June 15th through the 18th. If you guys are some Lego nerds and you're in Chicago, Brick World Chicago.
Lego nerds. And guys, real quick, it's your last chance before midnight tonight, whatever time zone you're in, before midnight to get your Philly VIP event tickets at 10% off. The VIP event is August 11th and 12th. There's our special guest artists.
Sun's finally coming to the States.
What's that?
Sun's finally coming to the States.
Sun's coming to the States. The first time coming to the States for the first time to Philly.
Hell yeah.
John Royal coming in from Manchester, England. Who else? Anthony Spey, Mike DeBalfo, and Elias Chatsoulis. Great lineup. We have 11 creators going to be there. It's going to be awesome. Our VIP events are like basically a private Comic-Con, so it's a lot of fun.
It's a private party.
Private party with a Zenescope for the weekend. We already have we're selling it. We're going to be sold out of tickets, I think. So
yeah, this is Sun's first time in the States for ever or for a long ass time.
Yeah, so she's going to be there, and then we're going to try to hopefully bring her back again next year to another show, because I know she's not going to get through everything to sign. But
yes, Sammy, you should come. You should come, Sammy.
Get your tickets. Come to the VIP event. 10% off your tickets till midnight tonight.
Snag them now while they're hot.
Do it. That's it. I guess that's all we have.
And go watch Commando. Or if you want to wait for me, I'll stream it on Twitch. So
Commando. Go Commando for Commando. That's our tagline for next month. Noah, anything else before we say sayonara?
Tune in tomorrow at 6 o'clock, wherever Zenescope streams are streamed, for our annual cosplay virtual convention. We will be interviewing famed Zenescope artist Greg Horn tomorrow afternoon. And if that's not enough for you, boy, howdy, just stay tuned for Friday, because we're doing VCon Day 2, where we will have an interview with Dave Wall. And Casey will be playing a newly invented game called Z20.
Ooh, Z20.
Nice.
Feel
Again,
better,
I've been half
Casey.
listening, so.
Feel better, Casey.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Thanks for watching,
Thanks for stopping in. Bye.